You guys are looking to shred up and get lean and mean? Prestige Labs is the premier supplement support that you need. If you want to build muscle, lose belly fat, these are the guys you go to. Check the description for 30% off. Use code Fitness and Gaming at your checkout. What's going on, my Destiny dudes? Fitness and Gaming coming at you with another Destiny 2 video. Now, you guys know my goal for this channel is to help you understand that the similarities and transferable benefits from fitness do apply to gaming. And I've got years of coaching and personal training experience behind me to help prove the transferable benefits to you guys on this channel. It's one of my goals. All the advantages that can be found, we're going to explore them, we're going to use them, we're going to practice, become better PvP and PvE players by using these advantages. You guessed it, to your advantage. Alright, my dudes, today's video, this one is specifically about a game awareness that is called behavioral pattern. Now, that does apply in a number of senses when you're on the battlefield of sports, but we're talking about the FPS shooting genre battlefield, so to speak, of Destiny 2. I'm going to take you guys through what the definitions of this are for coaching, how they apply, and how we coach and train athletes to recognize these types of things while we're playing in-game. And I'm going to go over examples of what you can look for while you're playing Destiny 2 of common things that people do and how the experts of this game play it so that they understand what they're doing and what to look for. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, if you find value in it, leave a like, subscription, comment down below, whatever you got. Love it. Let's get right into it. Alright, my dudes, need you to bear with me on this one, okay? Behavioral patterns is equated to a form of predictability. In order to coach somebody that is looking for a pattern in the behavior, we then have to learn what it is as a coach, what behaviors actually are, or what they should be viewed at. The best way I could put this in the shortest possible sentence is that behaviors are typically things that are learned, and it's incredibly hard when a pattern is established to unlearn that pattern. With athletics, you see it all the time. In volleyball, how somebody jumps can indicate what type of spike they're planning on doing, whether it's a hardcore spike or if they're gonna, tip or dip the ball. In football, you can tell when someone's going to fake a play, for example, if you watch their behavior enough times to realize what their body language is indicating. These are all learned behaviors representing a pattern that person has established and ingrained within their physiology. The same thing applies in Destiny. Think about a shotgun runner. Left stick forward. They learned this behavior. They might rush together in a group of one or more or two or more. That type of thing, because they know it works. How do you recognize that pattern as quickly as possible? Let's say somebody likes to bait the doorway. They run forward, then they move backwards, then they do it again because they're trying to get you to go through the doorway that they're trying to bait so they can land on top of you with a shotgun or with the sidearm. That is a learned behavior, and it is predictable if you know what you're looking for. There's a lot of other in-game behavior patterns that you can recognize. For example, if somebody is tilted, they might teabag your character, especially if you've been taking them out all game. If someone sends you a negative message online, that's another indication of poor behavior patterns, which means that person is probably immature and therefore can be taken advantage of if he, for example, doesn't like you shooting him with the Jotun, the toaster, right? Or if you're hanging out in the back as an anchor and you're pulse rifling the guy and he can't seem to get close enough to get you with a shotgun, that is a behavior that he is unfortunately showing himself how bad he is at that, right? So those are all things that you can learn to identify. The goal of behavioral pattern as a sense is that you're learning how to quickly identify which behaviors you're dealing with in game. If you're in a 6-man game, there's 6 potential behaviors that you're dealing with. If you put everything together between what we've talked about so far, between the visual, between the audio cueing, and between the gut instinct that you're now developing towards someone and their behavior, you have a better chance of beating them in game. The top players in this game do this as quickly as possible because they have developed these things and they have more reps under their belt, is what I call it, and they're just incredibly good at that type of stuff. And when I say that type of stuff, I mean they've already learned and identified your playstyles and your in-game behavior through your characteristics so that they can better take advantage of how to counterplay against you and beat you in game. The best players in the world, for example, Sewala Brala, or whatever his name is, can do this within the fraction of a second to make a split-second in-game gut reaction decision to beat you in game. And he's so good at it that he does it all the time. It's second nature to him. So I hope that helps explain the behavioral pattern. It's essentially you being predictable. And the more predictable you are, the easier it is for someone to figure you out. that can be a huge negative, or if you know how to recognize that, could be a huge gain for you. So you can train that by looking for behaviors that are similar enough to one another that you don't have it in your arsenal of gameplay, so that you know what to look for, and you can then develop a counter strategy to how that person plays the game. That is how you develop behavioral pattern and looking for that development of what things are predictable in game. Predictable behaviors. Alright, my dudes, that is it for this video. I hope you guys found this to be useful. I hope you found it to be value to you. If you guys have any questions about any of this and how I coach and train this outside of here at the gym, and how I've been coaching and training actual gamers with these concepts as well in my Discord, please feel free to join up and we'll talk about what we can do to get better at PvP together. Just a reminder to all you guys that I am a sponsored athlete now with Prestige Labs, and in doing so, I now have the 30 to 40% discount code, which is Fitness and Gaming. Use that at your checkout, and you can get the wholesale discount that I actually received to be an athlete for them. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Remember, I love all of you. Keep it zen out there.